When the NFL was screwing around with its kickoff return rules, and they've changed so much in the past few years in a way that baseball can only be jealous of, because if we do that kind of change, it's front page news, there's editorials coming out, people are losing their minds. The NFL changed its kickoff return where now, if you watch an NFL kickoff, the offense and the defense, the kicking team and the receiving team, they're lined up like 5 yards apart. And then there's a guy back to return and a guy back to kick the ball. But the guy who's kicking the ball off is on his own. Like he puts his hand up for whatever reason. No one's even watching because you can't move until the ball is caught. And I thought that these new rules would be done in order to stop kickoff returns, because I thought the NFL was too worried about injuries that happen when grown men are flying down a field with reckless abandonment, looking for anyone to hit they can find and hoping one of the guys they hit has the ball. It gets dislodged. You get the recovery. We don't need another hero. Everything's great. I thought the NFL was making it so kickoff returns would go away. And I got it completely wrong. And I can't believe it. The NFL is trying to change all these kickoff rules because they want more kickoff returns. Why? Why would they want more of a play where injuries are going to happen, even though they've proven that they've studied all these kickoff returns and the rate of injury is way less, yada, yada, yada? I don't know. It just feels that way. But the NFL had a rule change recently, like starting this year, where they say they want to make the game more exciting for fans. That's fantastic. But it's had an immediate impact. Why? Because they are kicking off now. They are not incentivized to do anything other than kick it off to a returner who is within the 0 to 20-yard line all the way down the field. Because if it's a touchback through the end zone, you're not getting the ball on the 20. You're not getting the ball on the 25. It's coming out to the 35-yard line. If you kick the ball out of bounds mistakenly, it's coming out to the 40-yard line. You're practically in field goal range immediately upon a penalty by the kicking team. So what the NFL said is you all should kick it short, which will give the receiving team no chance but to return the ball. They're not going to want to let it go to the end zone because what if it doesn't bounce in the end zone? What if it doesn't bounce out of bounds? And what if it just bounces as is on a kickoff where it, like a golf ball on a long shot, it just sticks? What about that? So kickoffs get returned. And wouldn't you know it, the first game of the new kickoff rule, of the new placement of the ball, of the new awarding what happens in a touchback, first kickoff of the year. Do you remember what happened? Because you're probably focused on the Eagles game, and you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott, didn't he? That's all that anyone's talking about, though the NFL hasn't. But everybody else, are you not remembering what happened on the kickoff when the Eagles were kicking the ball off to start the season? They won the toss. They deferred. That's a new thing. Everyone likes deferring, so they get the ball to start the third quarter. If I have a good offense, I don't want to deter. I want to score immediately. I want to start the track meet immediately. I don't need my defense to set the tone. My offense will set the tone, unless my offense is offensive. So the Eagles kick the ball off, having won the toss, deferred. Cowboys catch it, return. Next thing you know, mayhem. The Eagles fullback, remember what he did to his knee? He was sitting there swearing. He was sitting up, totally conscious, helmet off, and he just started swearing. Because I can read lips. I mean, not as well as some others, but I can read lips. Like when you drop an F you or effing kidding me or F this, F that, you're sitting up and you grab your knee because players know. Much like you would if you're playing pickup basketball over the age of 40 and you look down at your hamstring or your knee and it's exploded because you think that you can do things with your body that you can't do anymore because your brain is tricking you. Well, that's what happened here with the Eagles fullback. He heard the knee. He knew, sat down on the turf, waited to get help on the cart out of the stadium, done for the year. On a kickoff, the very thing that the NFL is trying to avoid, except they're not. The NFL wasn't worried about knee injuries. They could care less about shoulder injuries, about turf toe, about sphincteritis. There is one thing the NFL cares about because that's what costs it money. And the one thing is the old concussion. They do not want anybody to get concussed. The concern will continue to be the kids won't play football. The pipeline will dry up. Existing players will sue when they're gaga because they've got medical bills. Their career got short because there's no guaranteed money. And before you know it, you're screwed as a league. That's what's in their mind. They have been making every rule change, not to eliminate the return, which is what I thought, but to make the return more enticing, if not required. Just think about the odds right now and the numbers. It's crazy. 18.6% of kickoffs have produced a touchback so far this season. That may sound like, wow, 20% of the time they get it wrong. There's no return. Do you know how many touchbacks there were in week 1 last year? 64.5%. 64.5% of the kickoffs ended up being simply the prelude to the next commercial break following a score. It's down to 18.6%. I would have to assume that they feel amazingly happy about themselves, having accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, and they are going to assume, head in the sand, the Eagles fullback, it's fine. It was just a knee. It was just a knee. He'll be back in 12 to 18 months. No problem.